let's see. This would be your red. Where's your leash? Oh, there it is. Okay, get up here. Okay. No, get back up here. I gotta figure out. Get back up here. This way. There we go. Oh, we gotta take the other one off. Wait. Okay, let's try this again. Wait. Here. There we go. That was easy enough. Nope. Stop. Wait a minute. Oh, we're upside down. Let's just go on. Oh, it goes on like this. Here. Oh, it can't be this difficult. Like this. Like this. No, it goes like this. There we go. Be still. No. Gosh. Okay. Come on. Get my phone. Oh, got my wallet. Okay. Come on. Go. You need to go potty first? Come on. We're gonna get in the car. Do you need to go potty? Okay, let's go get in the car. This way. Wait, did I lock the door? Just make sure I lock the door. Okay, it's locked. Yep. Come over here. Hang on. Hang on. Come here.
different options for field of view. We'll go through those more when we're choosing our video settings. To change modes, you can either press on the side button here and scroll through a few modes that you all of the modes. You can swipe on the screen here to pull between the different modes on the camera. And you can see there's a lot of modes available here on the Ace Pro 2. And that's just more power for you guys to create some great footage. If you swipe from this side of the screen, it'll pull up your most recent media, and you can pull back to get rid of that. Swiping down from the top of the screen will show you this dashboard. A minute. Since we're in video mode already, let's talk about some of the video mode settings. So if you pull up from the bottom of the screen or tap the settings there, you can go into the settings dialog. First, let's talk about the resolution and frame rate, since those are two of the most important settings here on the Ace Pro 2. As far as resolution, you can record anywhere from 8K video, which is a really large video file, down to 1080p. And this resolution determines the size of the video that you're recording. So an 8K video is going to be really large, and 4K is also really high resolution. You'll notice when you change the resolution over here, the frame rates that are available will also change. The frame rates are how many frames you record per second, and this just allows for slow motion. So if you want to record some cinematic shots or some super slow motion action shots, you're going to want to use a higher frame rate so that when you edit your footage, you can play it back in slow motion. Anywhere over 30 frames per second can be played back in slow motion, but of course, as you get into higher frame rate, your slow motion can get slower. You'll see when you go to 8K, it only goes up to 30 frames per second. So there's no slow motion available in 8K, and also some of the setting options are not also available on this side here. The 8K footage looks really nice, but without that slow motion and without some of the other settings available, most of the time you'll probably want to record in 4K at 60 frames per second. That's just a good high resolution and a nice frame rate with all of the features available. You'll notice when you're at 4K at 60 frames per second, there's an active HDR feature. When you turn that on, it's going to give you a bigger range of colors in those tricky lighting scenarios. For stabilization, you have a few different. Notice when you're at 4K at 60 frames per second, there's an active HDR feature. When you turn that on, it's going to give you a bigger range of colors in those tricky lighting scenarios. For stabilization, you have a few different stabilization options, but standard is, notice when you're at 4K at 60 frames per second, there's an active HDR feature. When you turn that on, it's going to give you 2 frames per second. That's just a good high resolution and a nice frame rate with all the features available. You'll notice when you're in motion and without some of the other settings available, most of the time you'll probably want to record in 4K at 60 frames per second. That's just a good high res setting options are not also available on this side here. The 8K footage looks really nice, but without that slow motion and without some of the other settings available, most of the time you'll probably want to record in 4K setting. But of course, as you get into higher frame rate, your slow motion can get slower. You'll see when you go to 8K, it only goes up to 30 frames per second. So there's no slow motion available in 8K, and also some of the setting options are not also available on this side here. The 8K footage looks really nice, but without that slow motion and without some of the other settings available, most of the time you'll probably want to record in 4K. Okay, 30 frames per second or lower. You tap on the lens icon here, you're gonna have a couple other options, which include a 45-degree horizon lock. So if you rotate your camera up to 45 degrees, that horizon will stay level. There's also a 360 horizon lock here, but you'll see it crops in a bit more on the image. But then you can start recording, you can rotate your camera a full 360 degrees, and the footage will stay level. That's a really great feature that's available in the camera here on the Ace Pro 2. If you want to change some of the key settings over here, such as the color profiles or use log color, and you can also do some manual settings here, which are really nice. If you know what you're doing and you want to change the shutter speed or the ISO, for example, you can really have a big impact on your footage by doing that. But right now, let's just go back to the audio settings and go back to the main recording screen. Since you guys are watching my beginner's guide and you're probably just starting out, let me give you some quick beginner settings to start with. So just start with active HDR turned on, standard stabilization, and 4K at 60 frames per second. So you can make your screen match just like that. And I recommend you just start with a mega field of view because it's got a nice wide perspective. And that's going to be a good setting for you to start with. One other thing that I want you to change before you start recording is to pull down from the top of the screen and go over to the settings icon right here. Tap that and scroll up to where it says image settings, tap on that. And where it says bitrate, go ahead and tap on high bitrate. That's going to give you larger files, but it's also going to give you better quality video. So I don't want you to get out there and record any low quality videos, so I recommend you change that first. And then you can go back to the main recording screen. And now you're ready to start recording. Once you've chosen your settings, you can start recording by pressing the shutter button here, and your camera is going to record a video. And like I said, you can use that clarity zoom while you're recording. You can just tap on the icon there, or you can double tap on the screen. To stop recording, press the shutter button quickly and your camera will stop recording. There's also a couple other ways to record on the Ace Pro 2, which are pretty convenient. So if you start recording a video, you can also pause that video and start recording it again in another location. So if you just press here, this is going to pause that current video. You can see it's paused, you can move to another scene, and then you can start recording again by pressing the shutter button. And it'll continue recording on that same file. Once you start...
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was so close. I was using my automatic park, and I was paying closer attention to make sure I wasn't going to hit you.
Yeah, that's
so I'll pull that.
No, if you wait a second, I can get up.
Can you get it? No, I'm way too close.
No, you're fine. I can manage. I was just worried about you.
I had it under control. I wasn't going to hit you. All right. This thing parks better than I do, honestly. I couldn't have done that by myself.
Right on.
I know, you know. All right. Yeah. Technology, you too. The guy was way over on the side. All right, whatever. I gotta get my wallet. Oh, I didn't lock it. Hey, don't you be eating anything. Come on. This way. What about hard candy? Can you melt hard candy? So let's see. I don't know if hard candy would work. Sugar-free coconut. Hey, come back down here. Okay. So, let's see. I don't know if hard candy would work. Sugar-free coconut. Okay. It's awful expensive. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good, bud. How are you?
All right, come back over here.
Did it feel like it was getting so dark so early? We haven't even changed the clocks yet. Didn't it feel that way this afternoon? Listen, Pacific time zoners, it's not there yet for you. Starting though, it just felt like it got so dark so early. This is our final week of daylight saving time. We're not really saving any anymore. I'm Jess here on the highway from New York with Lainey.